How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Carrison here, and it's time for the originals. It's episode number 20 of this season, with 2 more episodes left to go after this one. So yeah, pretty sad stuff with that last episode with Father Kieran. Of course, there were circumstances to try and remedy the hex that was on him. Sadly, to no avail. And there was really only one option that could have been done. And, yeah, like I said, it does suck so much, especially with Cammy losing her brother to this same thing that she lost Kieran. It was this hope of trying to avoid Kieran from suffering the same fate, and yet, yeah. So, like I said, it does suck, but, yeah, I'll be very intrigued to see how things will wrap up with this season, especially with, of course, the witch's plot as well in regards to the baby that Haley is carrying, which should be arriving probably by the finale, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, with that said, let's get into this episode of the originals. It is episode number 20 of season 1. Let's go.
To lay this body
Oh? Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, okay, so this is some kind of dream sequence.
Boy.
Jesus there we go. I mean, I was thrown off with the baby in the... Yeah, but that was his kid. Like, it's so abrupt as well, because usually... You can tell if something's a dream sequence with the lighting and whatnot. And I just was like so perplexed with the baby, and then you just see Michael and it's like, okay. This is pretty touching into, well, the baby's nearly here, right? And I feel like someone is reflecting on the prospect of his own, like with Michael and how great of a father he was. Yeah, I feel like that might be a bit of a worry there for Klaus.
We care because when a pillar of our community passes, Monique, you call a ceasefire and pay respects.
It's called empathy. You might want to learn it.
Klaus, you two are getting cozy.
I need the Michael.
Oh, she's pissing me off.
About my dead father. No diagnosis necessary, love. I've already got this one covered. My fears of fatherhood, of scarring my child as my father scarred me, are manifesting as nightmares.
It's not gone unprecedented, has it?
So you will grant him his freedom.
And if I say no?
Oh shit. Go on. Yes, Klaus!
Interpreted the matter as up for debate.
Beat the shit out of the racist!
Take him!
He wasn't worth a damn to me anyway.
Oh, piss off.
Family can be more than just those with whom we share blood.
Yep. He's true.
You can choose.
He's true. But it's not always definitive of family.
This is missing. You know, the key that he always wore? I assume he left it for me.
Excuse me?
We're really talking business here.
Me. I'm Francesca Correa. I took over your uncle's position as faction representative.
Dreamt of our father.
Go ahead.
What's Elijah?
I can assure you there is no piece of this that I find even remotely amusing, Klaus. Especially considering I've been dreaming of him too.
Oh, shh! And I'm sure Rebecca has then, if that's the case.
Seeing him.
What the fuck?
Me as orchestrating a further attack.
Which business? Just make them vulnerable?
Well then, what better way to punctuate a day of peace than by killing someone?
The whole wave is just like, you're gonna die!
As much as I enjoy these repeated accusations of wrongdoings, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think she's telling the truth.
But if you
She'd probably gloat if she were the one behind this.
What a delightful tune.
What the hell? Okay, so what's going on? Because it's not a dream.
Me?
Cammy, This is bigger than you.
Don't patronize me, Marcel. Do you know what's bigger than me? My uncle lost his mind, beat the crap out of me, and then died. And now I have to sit by his body all night.
I'll sit with you. I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm trying to protect you.
You need to leave. Like now.
Purgatory, where supernatural souls are trapped, is disintegrating.
What do you mean?
Oh shit!
He's right. More or
Oh,
less, it's
shit,
actually
yeah!
Imploding. I made a call to a rather reluctant Bennett witch in Mystic Falls who said the same thing. The dead are being torn away.
Shit! Yeah! Because, now, obviously, for those who are only watching the originals or not the Vampire Diaries, obviously, there is some kind of connection, and it just hit me like a truck. But you just think, okay, well, they've got their own problems to deal with, and Mystic Falls has their problems to deal with. But, of course, the other side is definitely going to be connected. Especially with how many times I thought, okay, well, Bonnie's going to be feeling the deaths that's happened on the originals and whatnot. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it, in terms of the other... Shit! But I would have thought he would have just burnt away in hell or whatever, Michael, not... Because, yeah, like I said, for those who are not watching the Vampire Diaries, basically, in layman's terms, the Purgatory, as that was just mentioned, yeah, it's kind of fucked at the minute. It's disintegrating, because someone decided, you know what, I'm not going to stay on the other side. Someone decided to have a second chance at life, thanks to... these travelers, and because someone who was dead returned to life, because of that, the whole system's falling apart bit by bit, and we don't know if there is a cure, a fix around this. At the minute, there is no way. Oh, are we actually going to be dealing with Michael? Given the fact that this isn't just like a situation you can stick duct tape on or whatever, in terms of the component that's making the other side fall apart. This is going to last until the end of the Vampire Diaries season 5, I'm imagining. So are we going to be dealing with Michael, maybe Cole? Because, again, Vampire Diaries spoilers, but he was on that well, not on the last episode, but the episode prior. So we could see Cole? I'm here for this!
Is there a new conspiracy you two would like to threaten me over?
Nothing springs to mind at this precise moment.
Oh, gee, thanks.
He hates her. I love it.
I have to get back to the girls. Perhaps tomorrow after the funeral, you and I could spend some time together.
Jesus Christ.
Alone.
I'm guessing you're not here because you want to make a new friend.
I don't count terrorists as friends.
Wow.
Wow, damn!
Everything
Get
from
her!
to need a blackmail, but terrorists, that's...
Oh my god! That guy really just died!
100 grand to the Palace Royale Casino.
If I was interested in hurting the wolves, you'd be my target. And when I go after
Unless that's what you want her to think.
I don't miss.
Alright, you're not Hawkeye. What's this prick? Oh my fucking god. I fucking despise Monique.
I know if I have any ideas. That's why you're here.
I'm here
To get
because
to
my
it
friend
first.
died, and my other friend is grieving. You can question my intentions.
He does care about you
I'm
guys.
here for Kieran.
100 months pregnant and pissed off at the world.
I was going to say you look lovely.
Smooth. Look at that smirk, as if he knew he was being smooth.
Do you think
What's she doing?
Those bombings?
Of course you are the target. Were I to wage a war on the...
She's a real bitch, so yeah, if I hear anything, I'll let you know. Thanks. Again, sorry.
She
about
just
your-
hates her
Me
guts.
too.
To be fair, her timing was very impeccable. Asking about the key. Okay. Monique, I'm gonna throw her into the sun.
The baby's heartbeat, but not hers.
Oh my god. Wait. Don't tell me she's just jumped into the other side.
I suppose I'm family.
No, you're not. Family's more than just blood, you know.
In the beginning,
If he saw an opportunity to hide something he didn't want anyone else to find.
Cammy, we can do this another time.
Bad timing is the thing.
In relation to the key.
You poison it by merging it with Klaus's?
You are scum.
Deathless vermin, fancying himself a daddy.
Oh, come on, Haley. Yes. He might be dead, but...
I won't lose that baby.
I won't lose either of them.
Ooh, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Which is really sad. Fuck off and die, Monique!
I know what to do. Get my...
Come on, Haley. We love to see it.
My daughter has an advantage Klaus never had. She'll never, ever know you.
Boom.
I want to show you something.
He's a show rather than tell person, I would say. Yeah, he is a show rather than tell person.
Me home.
You, me, Elijah, and Miracle Baby all under one roof. Sounds like a bad reality show.
Keeping up with the Michelsons,
You said
right?
you saw my father.
Why do you call him that? He's not your real dad.
He's done damage only a father could do.
Gift, a ring of empowerment, something to control this.
Damn.
What kind of spell?
A spell of my mother's.
He's gonna be the one
Remember
to
more.
ask Genevieve for the, you know,
Much as I understand you'd
ring.
be rather eager to obtain.
What if Kieran touched on this? My brother was meant to be brought into it all along. That makes it my responsibility now.
yeah,
Whether
she
I like
takes
it or
that
not.
onus. Ooh.
Misericord, don't make me do this. She's a baby.
There we go.
Don't make me a monster.
There we go. There are lines you just do not cross. Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, I'll do it. I'll do whatever you want.
I would have just died with that pride, knowing that you're the human being and they are the monsters. Assholes. Beat the shit out of him. Shit!
I would rob you of all that makes you good.
I know what you are. Who you are. This is what I want.
Holy shit, Marcel. You can see the struggle with Klaus, like he doesn't want to he wants to preserve Marcel the way he is in terms of his character and, yeah.
On the specific agony of a father's hatred.
Klaus.
I spent decades trying to make up for what your father did. How did I fail?
Maybe the scars just ran too deep.
He is in this crisis, like, I tried my best to be a father figure to Marcel.
I'm gonna fight for my city, and I will fight until I am dead.
I would expect nothing less.
Jeez. See, for Klaus though, like he's in this kind of rut because it's like, how did I fail? I tried to give you everything as a father figure to Marcel, and then there's this whole situation with Haley and his kid, and he doesn't want to. He wants to be good enough for the kid.
If I died and someone threw a party, I would be so pissed.
It does seem a bit insensitive, doesn't it?
Elijah.
It took all season, but we got there! We freaking got there!
Tim, Is that you?
Play the cello! Fuck's sake, get off!
Who are you?
Your friend Timothy has moved on, Davina. Which I need you.
You need to piss off!
You can bring me back to life.
Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! Shit, we are really doing this, aren't we? Oh man. We are really doing this! I think I made a mention of it, like, at some point this season. About how... I don't know. I think, and especially with a lot of us, especially for those who watched The Vampire Diaries, I think there has been this thought about, it's a shame that Michael died when he did die. Because it means we can't really utilize him on the originals. And that aged well, didn't it? Because of the fact that, well, the other side, like, yeah, it's all falling apart. And that's going to play some trickery because there's going to be old characters that's going to be returning based on the fluctuation of the other side. And it's not exactly impossible. If the whole reason for this other side just falling apart is because but that would, like, would the damage be worsened? Like, if you pick at a scab enough, would it worsen if she does? Because that's it, though. And it's not like Michael's gonna give a shit. So everyone else, including Cole, forget about it. I don't give a shit. They can all suffer. That's it. If Davina brings him back, then the other side's no doubt gonna absolutely, like, it's hanging on by a thread. Just cut that thread if Michael does return. Shit. See, here's the thing. I don't think that Davina's gonna bring Michael back. Yeah. I think Davina's got a greater I mean, obviously Michael will continue to defend Davina until he does come back, but I don't think she's gonna cave. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but and in some semblance, it would be very interesting for Michael to actually return, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So, yeah, I do wonder where Cole is in all of this, because he did appear on the Vampire Diaries when the other episode, when a certain character died, got brought back to life. Kind of similar to Haley, of course, in this situation, but different circumstances involving a ring. So yeah, but I mean, that would just be very insane as well to see Cole, because I mean, obviously we lost Rebecca earlier this season. She's off doing whatever. And Cole is dead, but I think there could be potential for him to come back, especially if the other side is messing up. So, and you'd think, I don't know if there was actor unavailability or whatever, and he could only do a brief bit on the Vampire Diaries, which is a bit of an odd choice, I guess, if you're gonna, like, use him on the originals, right? But still, it would be great to see Cole return, as well as the fact that the actor's cute, so, you know. But, it was really great to see Michael return in some semblance, because, you know, we just hate him. He's just absolutely cruel. He's just manipulative. He is a terrible person. He's a terrible father, and really, I would say the source of the issues surrounding Klaus. But I mean, it's just so interesting. Like, you can immediately write off Michael returning because of the fact that he is dead, and yet we have this whole shit with the other side, and it's great. Like, they had this planning going on here. Like, like originally they must have thought, okay, well, we can't use Michael because he's dead, and then there's the other side of things where it comes. Hold on, there might be an opportunity to use Michael, even though that he's dead, because the other side, we can have that fall apart, and we can have some shenanigans when it comes to the other side and people from the other side tormenting those in the living. So, yeah. But also it's just a really, really interesting, I guess, catalyst when it comes to Klaus and his crisis when it comes to being a father. Especially if Michael's there to torment him and whatnot. So, and that really, really puts some worry when it comes to, obviously, the baby. It really, really creates this whole elevated, a whole elevated stakes and things, doesn't it? I mean, we've already got the witches who can just piss off, and I think Genevieve. I mean, it's sad that she did cave seemingly towards the end. Because I would have died with that dignity. But yeah, I mean, Monique can just die. So, yeah. I just absolutely hate her. I hate what she did to Sophie. I hate her attitude in this episode. She's just, like, even when it veered away from killing the baby, she's just spiteful. So, yeah. But it was really, really great to see Genevieve, show the fact that she's, she will be very shady, she will be very cruel, etc., as we saw. And as Elijah pointed out, like, you know what, I can, say my thanks. I can say my thanks for doing this and that, but you still, yeah, you still messed up when it came to Rebecca and tormenting her, driving a wedge in this family, so, yeah. But I did like the fact that she does have lines that she does not cross. One of them, of course, killing a baby. And she doesn't want to become that monster that the witches want her to be. So it is really, really great that we had that bit, as well as the fact that Elijah approached her about the moonlight rings, of course. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was really, really great stuff. I again, going back to the whole Michael situation, I did like the fact that we did cross over the what was happening on the Vampire Diaries and the originals. It's really a hard subject to skirt around. And if you did so, it would seem like you were risking, creating separate universes, even though that this is the same universe. It is a really hard subject to skirt around because it is a big thing with the other. There's been many people that have died in the Vampire Diaries universe, in the universe, in Klaus, Elijah's lives, etc., who are supernatural. So yeah, but it also, like I said, it really, really does a good job in terms of, like, with Michael returning potentially, it really puts an elevated risk when it comes to him and his kid. So, with Klaus and his kid, should I say. Especially with the choice words he had to say to Haley, so yeah. And Haley getting some degree of sympathy there when it comes to Klaus was, yeah, it was just really, really great stuff. So, yeah. Now, like, with the fact, I really, really loved the fact, though, that she was able to absolutely, she was still able to go toe to toe with Michael. It was just really, really badass, and it was just really great. So yeah. But also, speaking of Haley, we finally had the kiss. It's been a season in the making, and the long burn paid off. Although he did dart towards the end, so I don't know if that's going to be indicative of complications, especially when you've got to consider Klaus, right? So, although I did really, really love that scene where he did show rather than tell Haley about the fact that I do want all of us in this under one roof to be a proper family. So, as well as, like I said, Haley telling Klaus that well, there is that like sentiment really in terms of what she got to hear from Michael and how there is a bit of empathy when it comes to Klaus and what he had to deal with, really. So, yeah. But is this like, I think this is the first time as well we've seen the other side when it comes to the originals. So yeah, just seeing that like kind of blue hue, I'm just like, holy shit. So yeah, but it was really, really great stuff. I did find it very interesting going into this episode exploring about the relationship between mainly a father figure and their child. Obviously, being a parent and a child, that theme is gonna stick to this episode anyways. But I think when it comes to Klaus and reflecting on his relationship, well, I guess his relationship with Michael and then his relationship with Marcel in terms of that fatherhood figure, obviously both differing with it was a very interesting point that Haley brought up about the fact that why do you call him father, and all of that, because I mean, there was this. He even brought up a point, I think it was, about the fact that, well, it's not necessarily the fact that, essentially, in layman's terms, blood is not always indicative of family. And I know that personally. But I also know that you can choose your family as well, because I've done that before. And, there are some people that you can have to call family that are not bloodline related to you, that has more of a hit, more of an impact, more of an emotional attachment than those who are blood related, who I guess are officially called family. But it was very interesting that Haley did bring up the point about the whole situation of why call him father, and all of that. But Klaus's retort as well was just really, really in regards to how he hurt him only in only ways a father could. I think that was the quote. I really, really did like that quote, really, and it is a reminder, really. But just seeing how as well how he managed to at first save Marcel from his racist father, and then of course the racist father shot Marcel, and how Marcel became a vampire as well. It was just really, really interesting stuff. Really sad, but very interesting to go into. So, yeah. But there is obviously going to be a parallel between that and Michael and Klaus, considering the fact that, well, we're seeing Michael potentially on the verge of returning to life. But like I said, if he does come back, that's going to fuck up the other side to the point of a total collapse, I would imagine. Because with Marcos on the Vampire Diaries, that already, that was already a chain reaction in terms of, okay, well, things are falling apart. Michael coming back will definitely do a number, especially since he'll be older than Marcos as well. I know people are like, who's Marcos? But like I said, Vampire Diaries, and I think it's important for context to why it's very, very worrying to mention about the fact that Marcos, who was dead, came back to life. And he was chilling on the other side, and he came back to life thanks to his cultists, basically. Let's not put jam on ketchup and let's not put jam on the bread and call it ketchup. It is what it is, right? Let's not bullshit here. But yeah, I just think that if Michael does come back, then that's gonna fuck it up to the point of total collapse, I would imagine. But at this, you just got to think though, Michael wouldn't give a flying toss. So if everyone else perishes in the other side and he gets to live, he gets to come back alive, then then that's not a problem for him. So yeah. So that's another reason why I just feel like Davina won't bring him back. But yeah. So I felt like that intro as well with the dream sequence was just very, very interesting as well, especially with the witch's plot to kill the baby, and you see the baby in the coffin. There's kind of some kind of symbolism there in terms of the current events that is going on, of course. But there's also, of course, again, the worries of fatherhood when it comes to Klaus and the baby, considering the fact that the baby is on her way in a couple of episodes. So, yeah. Imagine they just draw this out for so long. Hey, you're not going to get the baby until like episode 5 of season 2. But, no. There was some very, very touching. There was some very, very touching moments when it came to, Haley and Klaus. Like I said, especially after Haley got to witness her Klaus's dad. So yeah, but also there was the whole Cammy focus as well in this episode. We couldn't, just put her story to the side whatsoever since she's going through it. And you just want to give her a hug. But also she's getting herself involved in she realizes she has to get involved, etc. So, especially after her interactions with Fran, who, yeah. So, but it seems like she's got the thing that could, it's going to put everyone in check, basically. But it seems like now that Cammy has that box or that inscription, you don't want to fuck with her. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I did feel so bad for her with this episode. I will agree that, it does seem a little bit tasteless when Haley said it. It kind of does feel a bit tasteless. It would piss me off if people were celebrating. I was thinking that, I know it's probably traditions or some shit, I don't know, but it just seemed a little tasteless, doesn't it? Like, hey, let's rave it out. Let's rave it out. There's this funeral, but let's rave. Yeah. So, but, French Quarter shit, right? Oh, man. But yeah, great episode. I'm just really curious to see where these final couple of episodes will go for this season, especially with Michael telling Davina, you gotta bring me back. I don't think it's gonna happen. I could be wrong. But we'll just have to wait and see. And of course, there's the whole situation with the witches, Genevieve. Yeah. She doesn't want to go through with this, but now she realizes if she's going to stay alive, she's going to have to do what these petulant bastards are going to say in terms of, hey, kill the baby. So, yeah, but, because you've got, Davina who is going to, not bring Michael back, and she's going to do everything in her power to be good. And you've got, the bigger evil in that whole situation is currently Monique. So, yeah, but I just hope she kills Monique. And obviously Genevieve is gonna die, isn't she? So the witches will be like, you can't do that to one of your, you're gonna die as well. We already told you once when you refused to kill the baby because God forbid you have empathy and all of that. But now you killed Monique. Because, I mean, to be fair, it's more so for the sake of Monique needs to get off my screen, right? She is pissing me off. She's killed Sophie. She's so hell-bent on having this baby die. She's being a right brat. I just need her gone. She's a disgrace to the Devereaux name, so... I've just had my gripes with the witches this season, just because they pulled some very heinous shit. And it's not going to stop whatsoever. Or at least until Monique dies, because she's the worst one at the minute. Until the next worst one comes along. But for the time being, Monique, get out of here. So, but yeah, this was really, really solid stuff. 2 episodes left to go. Excited to see where things will go. Should be interesting. But I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. And I will see you guys next time. Toodles!